Hello student. I welcome you all on behalf of Parvatibai Genba Mose College of Engineering and also from Department of Civil Engineering for this new 5th semester. Myself, I am Sneha Shamprasad. I am taking class on FM2 subject in this semester. So let us begin with our syllabus content, which is there for your FM2 syllabus. Okay, so your syllabus contain a preview on the summary of the theory classes, practical classes, and your end sem marks and your in sem marks and practical or the oral marks, and what are the credits is applied for your semester and for your subjects. So for fluid mechanics 2, we have lectures 4 hours per week and practical is for 2 hours per week. Okay, and in sem marks is for 30 and end sem is 70 marks and for oral 50 marks. Then coming to the unit 1, so here you have first session is fluid flow around a submerged object. Okay, so this is a very important unit for your practical purpose as well as your theoretical purpose also. The main thing they will be asking you is the definition of the drag and lift, and you have to explain about the drag coefficient, lift coefficients, and what are the types of drags. Okay, and some derivations on the drag on sphere, cylinder, flat plate, and aerofoil. And the important topic is Karman's vertex street, like how it works. Everything I'll be telling you in animated videos. And what are the like development of lifts, and what are its lift on cylinder aerofoil, Magnus effect, what is polar diagram, how it is been shown or how it is been read. Okay, everything we are going to read in this unit. And the second part is unsteady flow here. Okay, so we have what the types of unsteady flow. We have already learned the in the previous semester, that is in the fluid mechanics 1. So what is steady flow, what is unsteady flow, everything. So what are the flow through openings under varied head, okay, and fluid compressibility, okay, and what are the rise of pressure due to water hammer, surge tanks and their functions or the uses, okay. Then to the unit 2, it is completely based on the open channel flows. So in this what is open channel flow, where it is applied, okay, where it is used, and what are the types of open channel flows, and whatever the type is there. So for each and every type, you need to derive the expression. For if for example, if you take a rectangular section, so what is the diameter? Okay, what is the area, what is the discharge? So you will be, after deriving, you will get all the formulas of each and every types of the channels here. That is called as a geometrical elements or geometrical sections of the open channel flow. Okay, so next is your depth energy relationships in open channel flow. Okay, so here the main concept is specific energy or specific energy curve you need to draw here. So in the specific energy diagram, okay, it is very important and you will be having a one assignment from that topic. And critical depth, it is also very important, and that for based on that critical depth you will be having a solution like problems. Okay, that is sure and short question in the examination. And important terms pertaining to critical flow. Okay, so we have some definitions on section factor, concept of first hydraulic component, and in the next unit you will be having a second hydraulic component, and critical flow computations and channel transitions. Okay, Next, in the third unit, uniform flow in open channels. Okay, here we are going to study about the Chedis and Manning's formula here and the factors affecting Manning's coefficient, roughness coefficient it is. In the previous semester also we come across with the Manning's and Chedis equations. So the same equation we have to use here. Okay, and the second hydraulic component, as I have told in the just few minutes. Okay, and uniform flow computations, and most efficient channel section, that is on same rectangular, trapezoidal, and triangular and circular, you have to derive the equations. Okay, then coming to the part B, that is hydraulic jump. It is very important, and the same concept is there for your practical section also. Here the thing is like you need to know about what is supercritical flow, what is subcritical flow, what is critical flow, how you are going to identify whether it is a critical, subcritical or supercritical flow. Okay, so here the identification of flow is very important. Okay, where application of this hydraulic jump, where it is okay used, and its graphical representations, and energy dissipations. Okay, everything we are going to study over here. Okay, then coming to impact of jet. So in the impact of jet, we are going to derive the derivation on the stationary. Okay, just I'll mark the thing, is on the stationary and moving and flat and curved surface. So these four are very important, and here in this derivation we are going to derive the force and work done due to the impact of jet. Okay, then coming to the centrifugal pump. Okay, so here in the centrifugal pump, first thing is the student will learn to know what is centrifugal pump, what are the parts of the centrifugal pump. Each and every part you have to understand, and you have to write the definition. Okay, and then what are the classification of the centrifugal pump, and working principles. Okay, and what are the you have to select the types of the pumps for the our requirement, like how to select that. Okay, then head and efficiencies and minimum starting speed, and the cavitation in centrifugal pumps, because where if we use any of the metal surface instrument in any of the liquid area, then of course it will be of course it have a cavitation problem, like cavity. Okay, so because that how to reduce the cavitation. Okay, everything we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, so next is your fifth unit, that is hydropower generation. Okay, so here hydropower generation we are going to study about the types of turbines. What is turbine, what is type of turbine, what are the principles, what are the working, what are the parts, everything. Okay, and we have one site visit in this semester, but that won't be possible due to this pandemic situation. The alternative is that I'll just make a video of certain research centers. In the last semester also we had been to CWPRS. So we have some pics of that, so I'll make a video of that so that you people can have that type of feel that you had been to the industry. Okay, so next is just we are talking about the performance of the hydraulic turbine. So how it perform, what are the analysis should be made for this performance, everything we are going to be studied here. So then the sixth one is the gradually varied flow in open channels. Okay, so when after completing your third unit, we directly step into this sixth unit because it is a continuation of the third unit. Okay, so this GVF is nothing but the gradually varied flow. Okay, here the main thing is the flow which takes place in the channel section. Okay, that slope, we will be providing a slope. So what type of slope and what type of slope is provided in which place? Okay, these are all things we are going to study here in this unit. Okay, it is little bit vast unit here, but it is very interesting. Don't worry about that. I'll promise you that I can make you easy in this subject. Okay. And here we have in the gradually varied flow computations, we have the methods in the how to calculate the GVF. So first is direct step method, and graphical integration method, and standard step method, and Venn-Cho method. So these are very important methods, and based on this method we have some analytical problems. So we have to solve that all problems, and if you solve one problem perfectly, then whatever if they give you by changing the data also, you can solve very easily. Okay. So coming to the laboratory section. Okay, so what all things you have in the laboratory section here. So you people can see here the two images. The first in the topmost end, that is called as a tilting flume. Okay, and the second image that you can see here, this is the wind tunnel. Okay, so our first experiment, that is flow around a circular cylinder or aerofoil, that is conducted on the wind tunnel instrument. Okay, and study of uniform flow formula of open channel, velocity distribution in open channel flow, and calibration of standing wave flume or venturi flume. Then again, study of hydraulic jump as energy dissipators. This from second experiment to fifth experiment we are going to conduct in the tilting flume instrument. Okay, so then coming to the impact of jet on flat plate and curved plate, this will be conducted on the Pelton wheel turbine. It is there in our laboratory. I'll show you all the videos and everything about the laboratory session part. Then coming to the characteristics of a Pelton wheel, so then characteristics of centrifugal pump, and these two will be conducted in the this thing, what we can say, the centrifugal pump, it is there in the laboratory, and the calibration of notches also, it will be done in the tilting flume itself. Okay. Then coming to the assignment part, you have to have this assignment, compulsory assignment it is. Okay, that is your graphical determination of energy loss in the hydraulic jump. Okay, here you need to solve the problems, and by solving the problems you need to draw a graph. That graph is very important here. Okay, then B is assignment on the GVF computations. Okay, you have to write some of the theory about the direct step and Venn-Cho method here, and based on these two methods you need to solve the problems here. Okay, so site visit I have told you that what I'll make you the arrangement. Okay. So then here the reference books they have mentioned, so I have just put it in a slide. But my suggestion is that I'll just provide you the notes also, and the same R.K. Bansal, then R.K. Rajput, and K. Subramaniam. One textbook is there. Even I have the soft copy also. I'll just share you in the Google Classroom. Okay. Okay. Thank you.